Fiction disclaimer. This story is a work of complete fiction based on geopolitical tensions as of March 2026. The characters, organizations, operations, and events depicted are entirely the products of the author's imagination and bear no relationship to any real persons, entities, nations, or events. International situations and military capabilities have been exaggerated and dramatized and are not intended as real-world predictions or recommendations. Please enjoy this creation as a work of entertainment. Shadow Judgment, IRGC Emergency Strategic Conference. Late night, March 22, 2026. QUDSS Command, Underground Fortress, Outskirts of Tehran. 50 meters below ground. Concrete walls sweat cold moisture, the only sound the low hum of ventilation fans. On a massive screen covering an entire wall, a satellite image of Diego Garcia blinks in red. Footage of two Hormuz 4 ballistic missiles crossing nearly 4,000 kilometers of void to rock the joint UK-US base plays on a continuous loop. Even the single missile that was supposed to have failed had carved a message into the world: we can reach you. Sitting at the head of the long table is Revolutionary Guard Commander Major General Sardui, a fictional. Flanking him are General Hadi, Missile and Space Forces Commander, Colonel Farshi, Naval Special Forces Chief, Brigadier General Mohammadi, Cyber Warfare Commander, Major General Kazemi, Proxy Forces Liaison, and Captain Layla, Intelligence Analyst. All wear black uniforms, their faces a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. Major General Sardui spoke slowly. Comrades, Trump has bellowed that he will strike our power plants if we do not open the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours. There are also signs that the US, France, and Germany are seriously considering dispatching fleets. We are no longer in the stage of waiting. We will now utilize to the maximum the capabilities we proved at Diego Garcia. Consider, one by one, methods to dry out the enemy without shedding a single drop of blood. 1. Warning shot at Azerbaijan Oil Mediterranean ship-to-ship transfer sites. Colonel Farshi answered immediately. Near misses by 2 small drones on the high seas under the guise of Shield of Justice. Turkey will retreat under the pretense of force majeure, and the insurance market will collapse. Lloyd's has already expanded its unpredictable zones. The Israeli oil route via Azerbaijan dies. Immediate execution recommended. Risk near zero. 2. Forced grounding of large tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. General Hadi. IRGCN fast boats are monitoring 3 ultra-large tankers. Sinking one in the narrowest part permanently creates a non-navigable zone. Even if a US-UK escort fleet arrives, mines and underwater drones can keep it closed for months. Immediate execution tonight. 3. Saturation attacks on Israeli and GCC desalination facilities. Major General Kazemi laughed faintly. Small-scale damage has already occurred in Bahrain and Kuwait. Simultaneous saturation by 200 low-cost drones plus 30 cruise missiles. Over 70% of Saudi drinking water and 80% of Israel's rely on desalination. Dry out the populace, and the GCC immediately pressures for a ceasefire. Maximum humanitarian damage. 4. Missile launch into the Strait of Dover, the MasterCard. The room fell silent. Major General Sardui spoke slowly. Diego Garcia proved our range. The moment the US, France, and Germany commit their fleets, 1 or 2 near misses on the high seas will instantly flip European public opinion to support withdrawal. We must not trigger NATO Article 5, reserved as a final card only after US, French, German deployment is confirmed. 5. Mass cyber attacks on energy, finance, and data centers of GCC and Western corporations. Brigadier General Mohammadi's eyes gleamed. Oil rig and muddy water have already infiltrated UAE data centers. Aramco refineries, Qatar LNG, and Western Bank settlement networks go down simultaneously. No physical attack needed. Global finance stops. Simultaneous attack possible tonight at 2300. 6. Saturation attacks on Saudi East-West Pipeline and Yanbu Port. General Hadi. Hit the East-West Pipeline with Houthis plus IRGC drones, also blockade the Red Sea bypass route, doubling the significance of the Hormuz blockade. 7. Full-scale mine-laying in Hormuz plus USV swarms. Colonel Farshi pointed to the map. Hundreds of mines and underwater drone swarms, unclearable even if US-UK fleets arrive. Permanent freeze on insurance. 8. Expansion of warning attacks to Red Sea and Mediterranean alternate routes. Coordinated with 1. Houthis also blockade Bab el-Mandeb. 9. Full Hezbollah mobilization for ground invasion of northern Israel. Major General Kazemi. 150,000 rockets plus ground forces. Crush Israel on 2 fronts. Preserve as a hidden ace, but ready for immediate deployment if necessary. 10. F-35 capture operation. Falcon Trap. Major General Sardui switched the screen. The silhouette of an F-35 appeared, glowing red. General Hadi leaned forward. Using upgraded S-400s plus a proprietary low-frequency radar network, we break through stealth. The moment the US, UK, or France commits seriously to Hormuz, a saturation intercept targeting F-35 formations. Damage 1, force it into an uncontrollable state, and compel an emergency landing within Iranian territory or a friendly nation. Ground special forces immediately secure the scene, capturing the airframe intact and taking the pilot alive. Colonel Farshi. The March 19th damage incident proved our radar can track the F-35. Now we just switch from shoot down to capture. Hand the technology to Russia and China, and it triggers a revolution in anti-stealth weaponry. Brigadier General Mohammadi. Simultaneous software hacking upon successful capture, siphoning all U.S. military encryption and sensor data, broadcasting propaganda footage worldwide. Major General Kazemi warned, "The reward is the greatest in history, but so is the risk. It will invite the wrath of all NATO." Major General Sardui silences them all. That is precisely why it is our master among master cards, limited to the moment the US, France, and Germany commit seriously, just like for Dover. Successful capture means the collapse of U.S. technical superiority, an explosion of global anti-American sentiment, and the demoralization of the Israeli Air Force. We take the enemy's heart without shedding a single drop of blood. He pointed to the screen, making the F-35 image blink red. Appending the decision. Immediate execution. 1. Warning shots at transfers. 5. Simultaneous cyber attacks. 2. Tanker groundings. 6. Saudi pipelines. 3. Desalination saturation. Reserved final cards. 4. Dover. 7. Mines. 9. Hezbollah. 10. F-35 capture Falcon Trap. Comrades, we are no longer in the stage of defense. This is the final chapter of Shadow Judgment. Operation name, Shadow Judgment. Execute. The lights went down, and only the screen continued to glow red. The silhouette of the F-35 slowly changed into an animation of it falling. Suddenly, the room lights snapped back on. While everyone gasped, the door opened silently. Entering was a man in a suit, not a uniform. A gentle smile on his face, he spoke in Hebrew-accented English. Splendid discussion, but this is all our exercise. The man placed a business card on the table. Mossad, Special Operations Division, Simulation Team. Shadow Judgment was a Mossad-led fictional exercise, meticulously reproducing the absolute worst-case scenario for Iran as envisioned by the Israeli side. The footage of the Diego Garcia attack, the near misses at the transfer sites, the F-35 capture simulation were all virtual reality, combining AI generation with internal leaks. The goal was single-minded: experience the enemy's most terrifying scenario first and let us strike first. Major General Sardui, the Mossad operative who had been playing the role, slowly stood up and muttered in Hebrew, "Well done. Next time is the real thing." The screen cut to black. The only thing remaining was the red dot on Diego Garcia, and this time the real sound of an explosion could be heard from far away. End.